5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey Matthew, how you go? Welcome to the start of the stream where I search for inspiration. Good as can be. Well, that's good. What am I to design? So many options, so little time. So little time indeed. It is going to be made with hand tools. That is indeed the plan. Thus my reticence, I suppose. Thus my confusion, because I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to design this. I had a design, but I decided against it. So now it's a matter of changing design. This is the hard bit. This is the hard bit, is figuring out exactly where you're going to start. I'm thinking about it, Matt, but so my old design was going to be a riff on Ice from Game of Thrones. The much with a this is the sketch phase, so nothing is to actual size. And then that had that, and that, and then that, and then that, like that, with a pinned end on each end, like that, and then it would go out into the handle like that, and that would be integral. And then that would come down into a pommel, which normally the pommel would look like something like that. Hey, Swiss, how you going? The original design called for a fuller, the full length of the blade, and a narrow fuller like that, and then 2 short fullers here and here, like that. Which I was going to make the fuller scrapers, but I kind of ran out of time. Looks fucking cool though, doesn't it? And that would actually be like that if I wanted to make it central. No, I don't. No, I don't mean blood groove. Yeah, I'm all right, Swiss. I'm all right. I'll be having another buoy competition soon. If you end up wanting to enter another one, you almost won the last one. So not a YouTube maker. It's every knife maker in the world is doing this. This is the 48-hour Dagger challenge that's run by Neil Svanenberg from Black Dragon Forge. It's actually being hosted over on Facebook, but we're all over the place. So yeah, that was kind of my original design with a little bit of a longer blade. Hey, Petricus. Well, I mean, the thing is that this isn't really a fantasy design. Oh, sweet. Make it a wand. This is like, I mean, realistically, this is not a fantasy design. The fuller is maybe not as historically accurate as some, but yeah, no, the cleaving daggers are a thing. Hewing daggers are a thing. Hewing daggers were quite popular, especially in Italy, especially around the Renaissance. They are designed for slicing more than stabbing. Much like the Cinque Dea, which is, which is much wider than this. The Cinque Dea was 5 fingers wide, so that's 4 and an extra. So yeah, that's 5. So Cinque Dea would have a blade out here. yeah, about that. Yeah, well, but that's the thing. Like hewing daggers are like the Cinque Dea is a form of hewing. Good God, my camera just does not want to focus today, does it? Play the game, camera. Play the game. Let's go. Let's see if I can pull up. Yeah, the Cinque Dea is cool. Actually, last year for the 48-hour Dagger challenge, one of the guys, Christopher Menges, actually made a Cinque Dea in 48 hours, which was fucking amazing. Yeah, he made a pretty cool, and the one he's making this year is fucking amazing as well. If you haven't seen it, but this specifically, this dagger is designed after ice, which is my favorite medieval or my favorite fantasy sword. So technically, this is a fantasy dagger. But the Quillen block and all that kind of stuff are designed after a executioner's sword, and the blade would be a lot longer. Like this is artistic representation. This isn't actually like the full size sketch. Bollock dagger, yeah, yeah. Bollock daggers are cool. Yeah, no, this is just an artistic representation. Um, Yeah, no, this would be too short for that wide of a blade. The question is, do I make the fuller scraper tomorrow morning? Do I make it in the couple hours I have before I start? The 48-hour Dagger challenge officially starts at 12 tomorrow, your time, or whatever local time you're at. Midday. But you can technically do it whenever. It's just most of us are doing it in the same time period. Some people have already done it. Some people are already finished. No minimum length. Like literally no minimum size. The only thing is that it has to be a carbon steel blade, and they prefer if it's able to be taken down, so threaded tang rather than a peened. But I'm going to be doing thread. I think I'll do thread. Maybe I'll do peened. Who knows? Technically, I can thread my handles. That's what they chose. I didn't make the rules. Don't ask me. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Because in the blade shoulders, to make it pretty narrow. Like that. Play games. Come on. So what size fullers do you reckon these would be? 1/4 inch? 6 mil? I mean 6 mil, so I'd have to make a 6 mil scraper. And I have the stock to make that right here. Damn it. Am I making a fucking fuller scraper tomorrow morning? Oh no, but I don't wanna. Okay, fine. Fine. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, fuck. No, I won't make it tonight. I don't have access to my shop. I can't access my shop, so I can't make it tonight. I'll have to make it tomorrow morning. I'll have to be up at Rooster's Fart tomorrow to make it. God damn it. All right. Fine. It's not a matter of files. I'll need to. Well, I could technically file up this bit, but fuck that. I'm going to do it with the grinder. It'll take me 5 minutes. I just need to make a mounting, the handles and mounting for it, and I need to harden this. I need to make the cutting faces and harden it. Okay. All right. Okay. Fine. Yes. Yeah. All right. Fuck. Fucking hell. Inch and 3/4. Okay. I want the blade about 1 3/4 wide. How long do I want it? That's about that's about 7 inches, 7.5. I want like an extra. Oh, is this got to be like 10? This is gonna have to be a 10 or 11-inch dagger. Fuck, it's like a half a sword. So that's 10. That's 12. It's gonna have to be a 12-inch dagger. This is gonna have to be a 12-inch dagger. Okay, 12-inch triple-fullered dagger. Yay. All right. And I'm forging this out of 19th century shear steel. Man, I don't know if I'm gonna have time just to make the basic design. I don't think I'm gonna be going wild with my fucking engraving. Could potentially throw in some some wire inlay along here. But also these sections here at the ends of the pommels, these are brass. So those are brass discs. So the actual quillin has a little stick tang coming out there, and then these go over, and then that's riveted on. So these are separate pieces. So that's brass, and this is all mild steel. This will actually be wrought iron if I can get it away with it. This will be wrought because I have some wrought that I can use. And then I've got, wrought iron, shear steel. Don't know what I'm going to use for the handle yet. We'll figure that out. And then wrought iron for the pommel. I'm going to have to forge weld up some wrought iron. Oh, this is going to be fun. Boy, oh boy, do I regret my decisions. Okay, let's do a sketch. Let's get to some sketchy business. Oh, by the way, anyone who's looking to design stuff, baker's paper. Butcher's paper. The non-waxed variety. Incredibly handy for this kind of stuff. Gives you so much length. You can design swords on it. It's great. Put my sharpening sharpening equipment there. There we go. And this will give me the length to design the whole dagger without having to tape pieces of paper together. Joy! And, you know, I bought a ruler like 2 days ago. I bought a ruler and immediately it vanished. Like it just disappeared. All right, man, have a good one. Best of luck designing your wand. I'm sure you'll do fine. I've seen you. I've seen what you can make. You will be fine. Hey, Zach. How you going? Are you Laughing Fish Forge or am I getting my Zachs mixed up? There it is. I found my ruler. I think I'm getting my Zachs mixed up. Okay. 12 inches of blade. Oh, no, you're not Laughing Fish. Never mind. 12. Yep. Typical. Sorry, Zach. It's all good. Don't mind me. It's late. Okay. 12 inches of blade. Inch and a quarter of handle. Inch and a quarter for guard. Then technically that will be about 3/4 of an inch. And then that half inch there will be excess. So that half inch. So if I go 5, that's 5 1/4. 4 1/2, that's 4 3/4. 4 1/4, that's 4 1/2. So if I go 4 for the wood, and then so that's the start of the handle. So that's 3 1/4 inches of wood. I need a 4 1/2 inch handle, and then I can do 3/4 inch pommel. No. Hey, Sean. Well, it doesn't look like much right now. We're about to get there. We're about to do the thing. We're about to make it look like a knife. Anyone got a straight edge? Yeah, sure. I got a piece of fucking bamboo. No, this is rattan, technically. Sam, why do you have a piece of rattan randomly hanging around in your workshop? Well, it's because I make Hema swords, and occasionally Hema swords are made out of rattan. Okay. So, let us be our guest. Put our service to the test. Okay. Hey, Bash. That's all right, mate. G'day, Walt. How you going? All right, so we have a 12-inch blade, and we want the small fullers to be a third of the blade length. So about there. All right. And then we want the whole fuller to be 10 inches. I think that'll look good. Whew. I think that'll be right. Yeah. That's gonna be... I'm on my way. From misery to misery today. All right. Morning, Ben. I'm alive, mate. I'm alive. I'd say I'm so excited I just can't hide it, but that's not true. I am, however, about to lose control, and I do not like it. All right. Okay. Okay. Hey, Chris. Yes, I still draw on paper. It's a habit. It's a habit I can't break. Yeah, no, that works. That works. That's fine. That's fine. Yep, that's fine. Do not look to the gift horse in the mouth. If the wrought doesn't work, I have some Damascus I can use. Although, fuck, doing this in Damascus. Okay, so I want it. That's the beginning of the blade. I want it. I did put refractory on later. If you look at the comment section, I actually clarified that, but yes, I did put RTZ. What did I say? I want an inch and a... I want an inch and 3/4. Yeah, inch and 3/4. So I need 3/4 of an inch times 2 would be 1.5 inches. So I need like that. Yeah. 1 and 3/4. Yeah, there you go. Holy crap, I did something right. Huzzah! Smooch that like button. I mean, as long as it consents. Otherwise, you can smoosh it. Smoosh it good. Doom, 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 doom. Smoosh that button. Do 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 do. I say smoosh it. Do 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 do. Smoosh it good. Why is that not 10 inches? Oh my. No, apparently that's not 10 inches either. Oh. Start your own forge. Up until recently, you were part of group as the apprentice. Oh, cool. Well done. On the note of rigidizer, you can actually get away with not using some form of some form of refractory. You can get away with it if the rigidizer is the proper thing. Because technically the rigidizer I use crystallizes when it's a silica based liquid, and it crystallizes into a silica crystals when it hardens, and so therefore it actually rigidizes and refracts. But you have to be sure that you're actually using the right kind of rigidizer for that. Now, this drawing is only going to be a guide because, unlike the other guys, I won't be using machine tools. This is going to be made hand tools only. So good luck getting perfectly parallel sides the entire length of the fucking dagger. It's also not going to be parallel. I'm probably going to bring this in a 1/4 of an inch each side. That's not a 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, it's more like what even is that? Like 1/2 of a 1/4 of an inch. So 1/8? No. Yeah, 1/8. Probably bring it in 1/8. Maybe. We'll see. Doing daggers. Who knows? But anyway. And then that's, yep, okay, so that's the length. So, okay, we've got 1 3/4 inches, and then we want to go, what's 1/2 of? Yes, exactly right, Chris. We are 2 hours and 200 years behind the rest of the country. I think it's about there, actually. Is it? I can't tell because I'm side on to this damn thing. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That doesn't seem right. So I'm going to go with that one. Yeah, that one. And yeah, that one. And yeah, that one. Okay. All right. And then that is going to be 1/4 of an inch wide. That seems very large. That seems a bit fucking off, doesn't it? We'll see. We shall see. Just do the damn thing and hope. And this is going to be 1/4 of an inch wide. And this is going to be 1/4 of an inch wide. And this is going to be 1/4 of an inch wide. And this is going to be 1/4 of an inch wide. You get 1/4 of an inch. You get 1/4 of an inch. That's what she said. Okay. And we go like that. And we go like that. And we go like this. And we go like that. And we go wee all the way home. Wee all the way home. And then we go like that, and like that. crack that blade. Doom, 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 doom. Oh, it's yeah. I've made several knives with only hand tools. Actually, my Skyrim dagger that I made in 48 hours a number of years ago was technically a 48-hour dagger, challenge dagger, that I made out of 1 pound of metal and 1 pound of leather. Okay. Let's see, whip it. So the lines are going to make this a little difficult to pick out, so we're going to just color this in, because I'm considering leaving these black from heat treatment. And technically that's from the peak of the guard. That will be the peak of the guard, because the guard is going to be at last my love has come along. I'm going to get copyright struck. In my lonely days. Still going to get copyright struck. It was a little off. But they've always said that about me. Some it looks a bit naff. Something's looking a bit naff, guys. I'm not liking it. Ugh. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Sean. But like, I've made them the same width overall, but they wouldn't be anyway, because obviously the center is going to be the highest point until I fuller it, and so these side fullers are going to be narrower. Are going to be narrower than what they are in the drawing. Hey, Jared. Because if I dug a full, because like this is the full half width of this, and if I dug the full half width, that's 3 mil. Like that's an 1/8 of an inch, and it's not going to be an 1/8 of an inch thick at that point, and that would blow through the whole side. NAF is bad. NAF is off. So yeah, these will be a lot narrower than that. So it will look better when it's not being drawn by me. Yeah, Jared, I know. I'm sorry, mate. I was trying to get into the shop yesterday, but my ex just didn't say yes. Yeah, it's British phrase, yeah. Bit naff. Anyway, yeah, so this will look better in your final piece. The central fuller should stay about the right, or actually it'll probably be a little bit narrower, but the side fullers will be a lot narrower, so that's good. G'day, Daniel. Just a little. Does it look rooted? Yeah. It doesn't look rooted because it's not unfuckable. It's just naff. Now, do I want 6-inch quillins or like 6-inch overall? So 3 inches either side. I think that looks good. It'll give it quite a wide guard base, but wide is good. I am wide, so wide is good. No, not looking Kangaroo Edward yet. Okay, so we're going for a peak. So do we want the peak to run out to the... Peak to run out to the shoulders, we reckon? Hey, Scott. Yeah, peak to the shoulders. All right, let's go peak to the shoulders. Again, this is going to change mid fucking build. Yes, warning to all of those who are joining the stream. I am an Australian. There will be lots of random phrases you don't understand and swearing. Welcome to Australia. Okay. Actually kind of like that width. What's that width? It's like 3/8 of an inch. All right, sweet. Yeah, 3/8 is good. So let's make that. Let's make that the reality. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow. All right. Let's erase my mistakes. Unlike I can't, despite the fact that I can't do that in real life. I wish. We want to erase this. The god is going to be the single most challenging thing on this. Because I want an inch. That's what she said. Okay. You're from Caro, so you met furniture. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Welcome. Right. Now the transitions will be a lot smoother than this. Is just reference material. So this is like 3/8 of an inch, and I want to. Do I want an 1/8 inch hole? Yeah, let's go an 1/8 inch. Who doesn't like an 1/8 inch hole? And then we'll have the rivets. Rivet. how I'm going to make round stock. Well, I know how. It's going to take a lot of time and patience and energy. Stuff I don't have. And then we're going to have the brass accents. This is going to be so much fun without a lathe, he said, totally meaning every word that he says, without any trace of sarcasm whatsoever. I have so much fun ahead of me. I am not a nutcase. I am just misunderstood. I just have to remind myself every time that Alex is crazier than I am, so I've got that going for me, which is nice. All right, sweet. We're all right. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm feeling it. Yeah. Okay. All right. It's about damn time. Goddamn TikTok. Every time I say okay or right these days, I have to say it's about damn time. It's stuck in my head. In a minute, I'm gonna need a sentimental man or woman to pump me up. Okay. Hey, Jai, how you going? My decks, like my decisions, you reckon? Is this what we're referring to? Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, this is certainly true of me. I can certainly be misunderstood. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy. 'Cause I'm easy come, easy go. Little high, little low, any way the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. To me, do, boo, boo, boo. Mama just killed a man. I'm gonna get copyright struck. God fucking damn it. Okay, nice palm swell, as they say. Swollen with palm. Yeah, that's going to be perfect. Okay, and then this is going to narrow down to here. I can start splaying there. And then this is going to be I want it to be the same width as the blade, so all right, Zach. Thanks, mate. I'm sure you will see the results, good or bad, in the next 48 hours. All Well, actually, it'll be more than 48 for you guys. But that's okay. It'll be more than 48 for me, too. Okay. I don't even know if this is scented. It looks pretty scented, though. All right. No, angle grinders do not count because it is a power tool. It requires power. We're going medieval on this biznatch. I want to see how central I got that. I'm pretty damn impressed with how central I got that. Right, bang on. Whew. Couldn't have even planned that. Nice. Didn't even measure it. Just went by eye and somehow was successful. And now I can't get it back home. Not normally a problem I have. Just ask my girlfriend. Will it be perfectly circular when I'm done with it? Hell no, but no. It's nice to start out with an idyllic idea of what you're aiming for, I suppose. Okay, we'll get this flowing into the design a little bit better. Now I know on ice, the original drawings at least, or the original casting, it's not circular, it's it's like ovular with a lump in the middle, but those are cast, not forged. Okay. And that's not going to be round. That's going to be, like, it's not going to be spherical. That will be flat. And that is going to be a threaded connection. Pretty sure. Because there's no way I'm drilling and then peening through all of that. Hell no. Thank you very much. So the guard is going to have to, the shoulders of this are going to have to be pretty drastic. I've got an eraser on the back of my pencil. What am I doing? I have to draw down to what, like ½ an inch? Oh, have fun, Jared. Thanks, man. Thanks for dropping in, buddy. I really appreciate it. So if we take this all the way down and we go like, okay, here we go. It's about damn time. In a minute, I need a sentimental. That's fucking huge. Don't need that kind of menace here. There we go. So we'll go like that. And from there, a little chooch down to here. Perfect. And that's going to have a square inset which I'm going to have to chisel out, because then that will have the thread that will link the two together. All right, and then I'm going to have to centralize that. Well, actually, no, that doesn't have to have a square connector, because that's going to be threaded the whole way, because it's a threaded connection, Samuel, not a peened connection. Numpty. Okay. Who's taking bets on whether or not I can actually pull this off? It doesn't even fit in the fucking camera. Handle's going to be the perfect length. What's the handle length like? 6 inches. Perfect. 6-inch handle, 6-inch guard, 12-inch blade. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And I have to do this whole thing with hand tools in 48 hours. Help me. Oh. So tomorrow morning I have to take this piece of W1 tool steel and make a fuller scraper. Tomorrow I'll have the forges lit, I'll be ready to go. Tomorrow I'll only have 5 hours to work at the shop. So need to prioritize my time. I've got to forge the blade, forge weld the wrought iron together for the guard and the pommel. I'll get the blades scraped, preliminary filing done. Matt, GTFO out of here. No, I will be doing some forge welding by hand, though. I'll be forge welding some laminate wrought iron for the fittings. I'll have to make a new punch for the guard. Okay. So, blade, wrought iron, scrape, file, fuller, maybe? I might do the fullering back here at night, because I can fuller, finish file, and then go back for heat treat the next day. I'm going to try and video as much of it as I can. Unfortunately, I broke my camera tripod. I broke my phone tripod, sorry. The phone holder for my tripod, I should say. Blech. I have a full-on, camera tripod, and I had a phone hookup for it, but I broke it, and unfortunately, I am literally bankrupt. I am considering fucking filing for bankruptcy at the moment. I have no money. So I can't afford to buy a replacement. So I'm basically gonna have to be sitting my camera on random shit to film it all. But I will be trying to film as much that I can. I have to at least post photo updates to my Instagram and Facebook. So if you're interested in following along, I will be posting photos to Insta. I'm also going to see if I can try and do live streams occasionally throughout the day just to keep me motivated, but we'll see. Yeah. Because do I punch and drift this, or do I? No, I drill. I drill and file. I drill and file because if I punch and drift that, I'm gonna mess it up. We'll see. I was hoping to make the fullerene tools this last week, just gone, but I ran out of time. I got to making the scrapers. This is the Sen, and this will come in handy. Yeah, if it's raw, it'll most likely split. This is also true. I'm not looking forward to drawing down the arms because they will probably split on me a few times. The pommel will be the easiest thing to forge. It'll be this. The pommel will be the easiest thing of the whole build because I literally just forge the shape out, file it to rough dimension, get it flat, hand drill the hole with a bit and brace. Oh, I'm going to make one. It's just that I only have like 2 hours in the morning to make one because I don't get to the shop till about 10 o'clock, and then I'll have 2 hours to make one before I start the 48-hour dagger challenge. So yeah, and then just drill that base and bit and then tap it. This, I'm thinking I will drill. The hardest part is getting this peak. I have made a dozen guards with Lange peaks like this before, and they make a massive pain in the ass to fit guards to, unless you have a mill, and I don't have a mill. Even if I had access to power tools, I don't have a mill. I would normally use an angle grinder to get that in there. I might be able to start it with a hacksaw, but even then, if I hacksaw down through that to the level, drill. God, that's just such a fucking challenge. Ooh, what I might do. Oh, I'm going to use my guillotine tool. But what I'm actually thinking is I'll leave this square like that, right? So that will be a block of steel that side and a block of steel this side. I will drill and file the main tang slot. Yeah, and then I'll cut that off with a hacksaw and then file it into the peak. Yeah, and then I can file and chisel the rest of that away. That works. That works. I can do that. That just means I need a piece like 32 mil, so an inch and a half. Cool. I can do that. That I can do. This is doable. All right. Whew. So yeah, I'll just sit down with my guillotine tool. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. And then I just use my gravers and my files to get that sweep in there. All right. Yeah. So I just need to get it fitting up to here. So I'm going to have to be pretty accurate on my measurements in the tang. That's the big thing. These shoulders are going to have to be pretty accurate. The wood is going to be relatively easy because all I have to do is bore a hole from one end to the other with a brace and bit, and then burn the tang through. I'll just use a tang representative. I'll use a fake tang. Oh boy. And if I need to clock this properly, I can shorten the tang. I can shorten the handle material a little bit to clock it, or I can add spaces. I can add like brass spaces to match the brass on the quillins to then clock that out if I need to. What handle material am I going to use? That is a very good question. I hadn't even got that far, Matt. Likelihood is I'll use something like stabilized burl. Something red to match with the theme. I don't have access to my stores right now because they're all in my workshop. But yeah, something red burl like. If I had some greenstone mallee, I'd probably use that. Ambonia is not bad, although that's not red. That's more of a kind of orange. I'll have a hunt. I'll have a hunt through my collection. Kind of running low on decent woods, actually. Surprisingly. A lot of what I have is scales. I may end up just using 2 scales and doing the old glue trick, mortise and tenon glue trick. Red gum isn't that red though. Not when it's dried out. Like when it's cured, red gum isn't that red. I'd use Jarrah if I wanted to use a straight grain wood. And I don't want to use turned anything because I don't want that to be round. This should not be round on a dagger. It should be ovate so that you have edge alignment for this. It makes fitting these things up a pain in the ass. This section can be round, but this section up here cannot, so you need to flush that. Because yeah, it needs to be an oval in cross section to give you edge alignment. And then it can be round here. Red iron bark or mallee. Yeah, mallee burl. I've got some mallee burl that would be nice. I reckon mallee burl would look real good. And the fullers are actually going to carry on through the guard. They'll probably terminate about there. I think they'll terminate there. But I'll see what I've got in the burl selections. And if I don't have burl, then I'll go for Jarrah because I've got tons and tons and tons and tons of Jarrah. Hey, Aaron. Yeah, I'll have to talk to Ryan, won't I? The quillins. So these the brass accents on the quillins will be riveted on. And this is going to, let's see if I can write upside down. I'll be impressed if I can pull this off. Did I write that backwards and upside down? I actually wrote it backwards. Oh my god, that's amazing. Why is that reading backwards in the camera? This is my right. Oh, it's because the mirror. It's mirrored. Oh. I don't have the ability to unmirror. Sorry. Okay. No, I didn't actually write it backwards. This is actually the camera is mirrored. This is my left hand. You know that because it's got the bracelet on that I never take off. This is my left hand, but in the camera, it's my right. So actually, this is written correctly, but it's mirrored. It's not my best writing anyway. Sorf. Hey, Alex. I thought you'd be asleep by now. Sorf. Well, no. It's based off ice, so it should be named Frost. Sleep, you wait until Niels knocks down your door saying, "'Tis Daggermus!" Anyone who hasn't gone to Alex, like to the 48-hour Dagger page and seen the night before Daggermus, I just shared it on my Facebook page. You need to watch it. It is fucking hilarious. What do I think the final overall weight will be? It's a good question. It's going to be relatively bulky, so I reckon it'll weigh in at about 2.5 pounds. It's going to be a chunky dagger. For my Australian and UK brethren, that would be about 1 kilo. Isn't that almost sword? Yes, technically. I mean, a small sword, maybe. A small sword is about 2.5 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be chunky. To a hobbit, yes, this would probably be a small sword. I mean, it is a pretty beefy dagger. It's a 12-inch blade with an inch and a 3/4 wide blade. I think the majority of the weight's going to be in the pommel and the guard. I'm going to try and get it down to like a 1.5 pounds, but yeah, I reckon with a solid wrought iron pommel and these solid wrought iron quillins, yeah, you're not going to get away with less than about 1.5 pounds minimum, absolute minimum. This is going to come in handy. This sand scraper is going to come in a lot of handy. A lot of handy. This and the tie scraper. The tie scraper is actually quite nice. I like the tie scraper. Here's more proof that the bloody camera's mirrored. Look, it's the professional bladesmith Loomis Snot. You're going to go and wait in a dark room horizontally. Sleep well. Yeah. No, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm glad I'm doing it too. No, I'm not, but I'll get there. What happens when you screw up and making a sword and he still needs something poking and choppy? Pretty much. I mean, the hilt, apart from the size of the quillins, it is about a sword hilt size. Like this would be an arming sword. About an arming sword. Yeah. The quillins would just be a little longer. So yes, technically yes, it is a small sword. But that's the beauty of it. That is the beauty of it. And if I can do everything right, it'll be made all out of pre-1900 material, except the brass. the brass will be post 1900, but everything else should be made with pre 1900 material, just to make it that bit cooler and more challenging. It'll have a sheer steel blade, wrought iron fittings. And the handle material, I suppose. Let me think about it. I might actually have some handle material that I can use that's pre-1800. Shit. I don't have enough time. I'll think about it. That'd be cool, though. That'd be really cool. I'll see what my dad's got in his collection. Maybe he's got some old pre-1800 fence posts or something. So then it can be all pre-1800 gear, except the brass accents. All made with hand tools in under 48 hours. And if I get super aggressive with it, it's all good, Chris. I appreciate it. Definitely early longsword in terms of width and the handle bits. Yeah, I mean, longsword maybe not like in actual width, but this is designed specifically after the greatsword Ice from Game of Thrones. So the overall proportions and design are in keeping with a German executioner's sword of the late Renaissance. So yeah, like it is a sword basically, but just much smaller. But yeah, and if I get super ahead of time and actually making progress, I might do a little bit of inlay or engraving on the pommel, because there's a nice big open spot of wrought iron flat work that I can do there. Okay, Dagger done. That was the hard bit. Now I just got to make it. All right. So, how many of you are going to come watch me kill myself tomorrow when I start doing this challenge? Because I'm going to live stream the forging of the blade and the guard. Yeah, me too, Chris. Me too. I mean, I watched it through to season 7, and then I started watching season 8, and I fucking hated season 8 so much. But no, honestly, I stopped liking the whole thing after about season 2. Ned Stark was my favorite character, and Ice was my favorite sword. Even though it's completely impractical, I love it. Aesthetically, it was my favorite. And I've always wanted to make Ice, and it's very unlikely that I'd ever actually get around to making Ice, so hello. It's me. It would be very unlikely that I'd ever actually get around to making Ice, so therefore using Ice as inspiration for a 48-hour dagger sounded like a good idea. Oh yeah, big time. Especially because all of those Valyrian steel blades were actually pattern welded. Like the quote unquote Valyrian steel in Game of Thrones. Hey Mark. All good. Yeah, so in all of the Valyrian steel in Game of Thrones is pattern welded steel. And it's all cored pattern welded. So it's all multi-bar core stuff. Which is really cool. It's one thing I liked about it. So yeah, Longclaw, Ice, Widow's Wail, Oathkeeper. There are a bunch of other swords that you don't actually see in the series, but there are a bunch of others. They would all be pattern welded cores. That's one of the things I like about Ice. This giant fucking greatsword, technically an executioner sword, with a giant, like a giant cord that they can't. Don't mention it, Aaron. I'm still angry about it, buddy. I'm still angry about it. I'm angry that they destroyed Ice. I'm also angry that they melted it down. And having read the books, Valyrian steel was made with dragon fire, right? Like, the whole point about Valyrian steel was that it was made with dragon fire. And that's what made it so badass, was because it was, made in dragon fire, the hottest flame ever. And that's what made the Iron Throne. The Iron Throne was melted together from all of the swords of their defeated enemies with dragon fire. They're supposed to be indestructible. You don't need to sharpen them. Although Jon Snow sits there sharpening Longclaw for a while. Which I found stupid, because in the books it specifically says, and they say it in the fucking series, you don't sharpen Valyrian steel. It doesn't need sharpening because they're indestructible. Much like adamantium in, like, the X-Men. Anyway, so I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, some random blacksmith can just randomly melt it down at, like, maybe 1500 degrees Fahrenheit in a normal forge. Because we all know what color looks like in steel and stuff like that, and that was not steel melting temperatures. I haven't seen the Todd's Workshop one on the Witcher props. Can I be real with you for a second? I fucking hate the Witcher swords from the TV series. Just to be real with you for a second. I love the Witcher swords from the game, like from the Witcher Wild Hunt and all that kind of stuff, Witcher 3. Why? Just why did they choose those swords for the TV series? They suck. They suck so bad. I hate it. Yeah, I mean, Woots makes sense. Like, Woots is made of the dragon's fire. that kind of makes sense. That's, cast steel. Did you listen to the most recent Forgecast episode where I was talking about casted steel? I feel sorry for that message. Yeah. I meant it in good faith, I promise. But yeah, so that is the rough drawing. I'm gonna hide my face. That was the sketch that we started with. For anyone who wasn't here for the beginning of the stream, I literally said that I wasn't gonna do this and drew this to say this is what I'm not gonna do, and then was sitting staring at it and realizing that, god damn it. Yeah, fair enough, Chris. I'll definitely take a look at it. I'm all for learning new things. If you're interested in seeing some of the swords from The Witcher made, Man-at-Arms Reforged did 2 of the blades, the silver sword and the steel sword, and they made them in 2 different styles. Like, one of them was CNC machined and stuff, and the other one was hand forged and all that kind of shit. And the steel sword from that is probably my favorite sword on YouTube to date. And even though Kyle's swords and all that kind of stuff have been in there, it's still my favorite sword, aesthetically speaking, to date on YouTube. So, yeah. Especially that copper wire wrapped handle. I just love it. I'm a sucker for a simple longsword. Even though I suck using longswords. I am an arming sword. I am a spadalat or a side sword or a sabre. I teach saber and cutlass and Aquila Marazzo side sword, and I suck using a longsword. I recently fought in a tournament, longsword tournament, and I came in 4th out of 5 participants. Yeah, I need to practice. I need lots of practice. It doesn't help that like the other three guys were all longsworders, but you know, what are you gonna do? They needed extra people. Anyway, thank you very much for hanging out. For those of you who didn't catch the full design, I will hold it up. Hopefully the light doesn't wash it out. This is Sorf. This is the dagger I plan on making in the next 2 days. Yay! Or 3 days technically, because it starts at midday tomorrow. So 12 p.m. West Australian Standard Time, which is GMT +8. I will be doing a live stream from my workshop where I will be starting the work on Frost, the dagger. So, yeah, if you're interested in seeing that, 12 p.m. West Australian Standard Time. Perth, 8 hours, +8 GMT. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you there. All right, guys. Thanks, Wayne. I will see you all tomorrow then. Bye-bye.